Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Logan Leppek from Howell Boys Basketball. Welcome back, Logan.
Thank you for having me, Casey.
I don't think I need to tell you how big tomorrow's game is. Of course, Howell and Brighton. It's a big rivalry game. It's always fun when these two teams get together. Of course, you guys swept both matchups against Brighton. Brighton's got a really solid team so far, 7-1 on the year with them. I know the season, you've had a good season so far. Just kind of talk about how the year's kind of going for you guys, because you've had some good wins. I know some close losses as well, but overall, it's been a good year for you guys.
Yeah, season's it's been a little up and down. We've had some really high moments, some moments, especially in that Okemos game where we played really well. I thought the effort was great in that one, and there's been a couple other games where we've had some lower moments, but I think we're pulling it all together, and I think we're going to be a good group moving forward.
Yeah, just kind of talk about just overall how this is basically a brand new team, because basically you lost Nolan, you lost Carter, you lost a lot of people from last year. So, but a lot of guys are kind of filling those gaps, like Jalen really has kind of come into his own as a player. Kurt Dell as well. You look at Eric, you look at Andrew, and then some other guys are really giving some key minutes as well.
Yeah, I mean, all across the board, everybody's just ready to step into their role. I think everybody's really been looking forward to playing varsity basketball for a while, and everybody's been working real hard throughout the off season too. So, I mean, while the faces are new to the outside, within the program, everybody's been real tight. I mean, everybody's been ready. Everybody's been grinding. I know Cooper, Eckerly, John, Roman, TJ. Everybody's been grinding. Everybody's been ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when you look at just going into Brighton, it's a tough place to play. What's it like going on the road there?
Yeah, I remember last year we played there, and there was all the students behind the hoop talking crap throughout the whole game. But I mean, it's exciting playing in big environments like that. It always brings a lot more energy. There's some other games where you kind of have to get worked up going into it, but with a rivalry game and how many people are always there, you don't really have to get yourself worked up for that one. That one brings its own energy.
For sure. When you look at some of the just some of the things that this season has gotten you, what's the biggest thing that you really kind of learned this year?
I really think we're learning how to work together as a team and kind of buy into the process of what's going on in practice, what's going on in the games, where there's always going to be adversity throughout a game, throughout practices, throughout life in general. I think what we're really learning to work through is just sticking with that plan and sticking with that process throughout the entire game, no matter what the other team throws at us.
Yeah. Just kind of talk about going into this year. I know things didn't work out for you well against Canton, but what do you feel like? What do you feel like you learned about yourself, and do you think the teams kind of realized after that game?
I think we learned what it takes to win against, not just what it takes to win against some other teams, but against good top teams. And it's not just hitting shots and stuff. It's about more the mental aspect of it. Settling down, getting good shots, that we have to box out every single time, just the effort that it takes to play at that level. And we brought it into practice the next day. We've been bringing it to practice every single day since that game. So it's really, it's kind of taught us how we need to be playing more often to go out and win big games.
What's it going to be like just, these next few weeks? And so we're out of the Christmas, New Year's holiday break and all that stuff. Now we're kind of into the Tuesday, Friday kind of grind of the season. How ready are you for that? Because it's going to be 7 straight weeks of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely grinds this part of the season, but I mean, our team's filled with a bunch of grinders. I know we're looking forward to playing a lot more games, playing against teams within the KLA. So, I mean, we've been looking forward to this for forever. So we're looking forward to playing against a lot of the guys that we know and some new faces on these teams. But I think the whole team's ready to go to hit the home stretch of the season.
What's the toughest thing about Brighton that you can see on film?
They hit a lot of tough shots. There's shooters all around. The whole team's, I mean, everybody can put the ball in the hoop, so there's not one person that we can lock into. But I mean, Brighton's a really good team, so we've been really locked in mentally, and we've been really focusing in on them. But overall, that team's just top to bottom. They're all good players.
When you go into an environment like that, what's that going to be like? If you kind of talk to, a lot of the guys may have not experienced, a varsity game, playing on the road and like that. But so what have you kind of told everybody to, just you kind of be ready for when you go into tough, and it's a rivalry game, and that's just what makes it fun.
Yeah, the main thing we've been talking about is we got to control what we can control in this game. So we can't control if they're going to hit shots. We can't control if we're going to hit shots. We can't control if the crowd's doing anything like that. The one thing we can control in this game is going to be our effort and how hard we play. So if we can control that and we can play as hard as we can the whole time and follow our game plan, I think it's going to go out good for us. So that's really the thing that we've been focusing on, trying to keep the outside stuff outside and just focusing on playing hard throughout the entire game.
All right. All right. Well, Logan, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck tomorrow against Brighton.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much.